Good evening, everybody. We are here today with another episode of Visually Speaking. I am Kyle Martin, and today I'm also here with...
It's your girl, Shauna Fitzgerald. Hi.
Hold my popcorn, because we are in for a really good episode. We have a very special guest today, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself, and we're gonna jump straight into it.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tamette, and I'm the owner of Farri Solutions.
Nice. Awesome. Thank you for being here with us.
Yes, thanks for having me.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, out here outside with nature. I think this is our first outdoor.
We got the crickets chirping and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
All kinds of wildlife back there.
Yeah, we're not in an office building no more. We're not on an inside couch. We're on an outside couch.
We're on the outside couch.
Good and southern. Good and southern.
I like it. I love it. Definitely.
All right, just showing off where we are. Okay.
It's all good.
It's all right. It's all right.
So let's get this started.
Okay.
Who is Tamette Farrington?
Tamette Farrington is a woman who fears God first. Someone who is intelligent, funny, kind, loyal.
Yeah.
I'm a mother, an educator, a daughter, a sister, big sister. A business owner, an entrepreneur, determined. And that's just a little about me.
Nice. So how many kids do you have?
I have two, a boy and a girl.
Oh, how old are they?
9 and about to be 8 next Friday.
So who's the oldest?
My son.
Your son.
Happy early birthday.
Yes. Libra gang.
Libra Nation.
All
yes.
Right. All right.
Wait a minute. Don't be wooing.
All right.
Y'all are beautiful,
Nation.
kind-hearted people.
We are. We have our moments.
Yeah.
They definitely have their moments.
So, talk to me about Farri Solutions.
Yeah, so Farri Solutions provides coaching, consulting, and team building. And there is quite a history with how it came about.
Okay.
And it's been around for about 3 years.
Okay.
And officially, like, website, hey, this is what I'm doing now. I would say going on about 2 years.
Nice.
Awesome.
You said there was a lot led up to Farri Solutions. Let's dive into that. How we get from at the very beginning to where you are today.
Oh, well, get comfortable. Okay. All right, just relax. So I would say I've always been one who is a problem solver.
Your popcorn.
Yes.
Oh, my popcorn.
And just one seeking to help others. And so that's just something that's in me, passed down from generation to generation. And I would say I started Farri Solutions from my exposure and experiences working with entrepreneurs at North Carolina Central University.
Okay.
So I also work full time there. And so amplified. But I was given this charge while I was there to create a center for student success. And within that center, I decided to take an assessment of the student body to see, okay, what do y'all want to see? And I listed some options. Entrepreneurship took the lead. Now, mind you, at this point, I did not consider myself an entrepreneur, more so a hustler.
Okay.
So I did hair. I've always worked multiple jobs, just ins and outs. Whatever I could do on the side for my full time, I was about just getting income.
Gotcha.
So I had a friend, an elementary childhood friend, and he was like, well, he was was in marketing, and he was like, well, I can come in and provide some consulting services to those who come in for free, a couple of hours, a couple of days a week. So I was like, great, that sounds good. Let's do a pilot, see how it goes. Well, we did a pilot in April, and it was a little slow. Pilots, they don't be like boom a lot of times. It's like okay, is this, should we keep going? I don't know. We saw like 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that summer, students started, I was like, okay, this didn't really work out. We didn't get the traffic like we wanted. Let's just dead it.
Mm-hmm.
That summer, students started to come by and was like, is the Think Garden still open?
Wow.
And I was like, and that's what we called it then, the Think Garden, where your ideas come to bloom and grow and bloom.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, yeah, why, yes, it is. Come on in, So that is the inception of like, I'm kind of getting into this entrepreneur world a little bit deeper than I thought, this business LLC talk. I'm just like about the cash exchange,
Yeah.
and just thank you,
Yeah.
And so that led me to make a lot of connections in Durham in the entrepreneurial space, connecting with co-working spaces,
Mm-hmm.
Startups, folks who were established, folks near and far. So, and it led me to host events and do programming and things like that. Now, while that's happening professionally, I would say, at the same time, well, let me back up. At the same time, I'm still dealing with politics.
Okay.
Within the university system.
Mm.
And so school of businesses can kind of be bullies in the higher ed space. And while I sought to work collaboratively, it was kind of a separation.
Okay.
And it was not a connect.
Why do you think that is?
What, the connect or?
The disconnect, really.
Sometimes there's ego, there's pride.
There's words.
There's Dr. So-and-so, and I'm not Dr. So-and-so. There's who started it first, what college. And then it always comes down to money.
Mm-hmm.
And so where is the money going and coming from? And so while I was doing good work, there were people looking to fund what I was doing, but they didn't know who to send the money to. And so while the School of Business used what I had to build upon things, once they got what they needed, then they never knew I existed.
Wow.
And so that was, we kind of saw that coming in little waves. And so it was like, well, I need to be building something for this transition. Like, the people rise with me, I'm making impact.
Mm-hmm.
And so how can I best prepare for this transition? And that's where I was like, okay, I have this name, but I don't necessarily know what I'm going to be doing. And I just took a leap of faith. The bank account won't thriving, but I said, I'm going to just, there is a proverb that says, if you wait for perfect conditions, you'll never get anything done. And actually it's in Ecclesiastes, but it's Bible, essentially.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, it's never the right time. I just got to do it.
Yeah.
And so I did. And I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I thought I was going to be an educational consultant, business consultant. But things that were happening in my personal life led me to coaching.
Gotcha.
So
That makes sense.
and that's what I do now, coach.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Awesome. Let's see.
Do you like what you do?
I absolutely love what I do. I love my full-time job and I love what my business does. Because I transform lives, I transform mindsets, I transform people. And the fruit of that is just priceless. Like, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Where you said that you can't and you won't and you don't, like, once your mindset shifted in a different direction, everything that you wanted to do is getting done.
Right.
And I'm happy to be a part of that journey.
Nice.
And I feel like I'm like freeing my people, essentially. And I do have a focus, on Black folks. I do have a focus, on ages 30 to 45, just because it's a lot happening in that stage. We eating a lot of humble pie, a lot of times from decisions we've made in our 20s, whether it's professional, financial, emotional, and there's a lot of transitions, trying to find a new career, new job, new mother, new father, divorce, married, you know, it's a lot of transition that's happening. And just to be a part of that journey as you navigate now, who am I at this stage? And then you still have your own self, like, whoa, I'm 30 now, I'm 30 something now, I'm almost 40 now, you know, I'm 40 plus, you know. And so while you're hitting these milestones, but still feeling incomplete simultaneously, and just to come and pour back into your cup and then teach you how to pour into your own cup is just what I just find. I just, there's so much joy in that.
Yeah. I love that. Definitely. Basically, it's giving back. Yeah.
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 Oh, for sure.
That's awesome. I definitely love that. So what is your ultimate goal with Safari?
My ultimate goal is to save as many people as I can. So I kind of feel like Harriet Tubman trying to bring people under the Underground Railroad out of one matrix into another. So it's a little bit of Harriet Tubman meets the Matrix. And it's like, yo, wake up. Because we have all these gifts, talents, and abilities, and we sit on them. And we sit. And a decade goes by, and we sit. And another decade goes by. And then we sit and wonder why we don't have these things. But it's like, well, what have you given? When have you shared your gift and talent? How consistent have you been with it? And so it's really, I want to wake as many people up as I can to tap into their God-given gifts and powers.
So you coach?
I coach.
Who do you coach?
I coach, that's a great question. So when we talk about like a niche, I would say ages 30 to 45 is a sweet spot for me.
Okay.
I work with men, women, mostly those who are on the journey of entrepreneurship. So either they have an idea or they're currently in business and they've been in business for about 5 years or less.
Okay.
Yep. And I also work with those who may be formerly incarcerated. I work with mothers, fathers, so those who have a family, so they may be trying to work, raise a family, and start a business all at the same time. And I'm very familiar with that space as I'm in it as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
What led to the coaching incarcerating?
Yeah, so that's a loaded question, whether you know it or not.
Uh-oh.
I don't think I do.
No, you don't. You don't.
I don't think I do.
I would say I have a special place in my heart for those who are incarcerated.
Okay.
As my children's father is incarcerated.
Okay.
And so he is actually incarcerated for about 145 years. So it's just, you know, I know what it's like to co-parent in that space. So I will say he's as active and as present as he can be.
Yeah.
And, you know, for those who are able to get out, you know, I found that sometimes they can be more motivated than people who've been free. And so just connecting with the resources, just that continuing to nurture that confidence, like you can get that, especially in places where they may feel intimidated. Well, I'm not as educated, or I don't have this certain type of job. So when people ask me, what do I do? What do I say? And just to let them know that you still have value. And this is how you can articulate. You have to notice, you know what I'm saying? This is how you can articulate it. So when we talk about coaching, we talk about mindset, essentially. And so, you know, with mindset and going through the experience of a loved one being incarcerated and what that looks like, the people who are not the ones being incarcerated, your loved ones, you know, they have an experience and a journey too. And it affects their mindset as well.
Yeah.
You know, just as the person incarcerated may feel like, hey, I failed, you know, lost, you know, what do I do next? The person who's free, who's connected to them feels the same way.
Okay. Makes sense.
So I've had to navigate that mindset journey myself of the reset and, what does that look like to heal out of all of that? And so for those who are returning citizens, what does it look like once you've experienced that to come back? Now what?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Did I answer your question? But I guess I would say, having a loved one who's incarcerated, and just knowing that the folks who are incarcerated, you cut them open, they're going to bleed too, right? They was made by God. And God don't make no mess. So, knowing that they still have a gift, a talent, good, something to contribute. But unfortunately, due to decisions, they are where they are.
For sure.
And just to, there's still hope once you get past that.
I think that's good though.
Yeah.
Still shows that it doesn't have to be the end.
No. And that's again it hit with that sweet spot between 30 to 45. At this point, a lot of us done started over. We done lost. Most folks have lost at least one time, like had to reset at least once.
Yeah.
At least. You've had to start over.
Yeah.
Right? And so just understanding what that start over journey looks like.
Okay.
Wow. That's deep. And like for people who are incarcerated, like you said, they bleed just like we do. They're still human at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow. And for you to be able to assist those like when they're transitioning back into the real world is what I'm gonna call it, because their world, everything kind of stops.
Yes.
While they're there. Weird things are still going on, things are still growing, and they're still at the spot to where when they first got incarcerated. So when they get out, things are not the same.
Correct.
So they are having to readjust themselves to the now versus from where they were when they first got there. Sometimes that's a 10-year span.
Correct.
And things can be so much different now than it was, like I said, when they first started. So they're having to readjust to try to keep a sane mind when they get out because of that.
Yes.
And to be okay, like I don't want to go back there, so I have to make sure I do everything that I can to avoid having to go back.
Correct.
Yeah.
But and then the way things are set up, it appears like it's set up for you to go back. It's hard to find somewhere to live, somewhere to work, to get a car.
Go to school.
Yeah. So then it's like, what do you do? So, I've connected with some programs that assist those who are formerly incarcerated, and I put on a program in the summer called Fall Forward with Entrepreneurship, where we address the entrepreneurial mindset. So we talk about things like, do you see a problem as a problem, or do you see it as an opportunity? What is your view on wealth? Is it only monetarily or monetary? Like, is it just money? Or because you have a wealth of knowledge, a wealth of a network of people. So we really dive into these pillars that really shifts the mindset. And at the end of it, I do a pitch competition. And so a lot of times it's folks, their first time ever pitching an idea.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a business. It can just be an idea. And I've given away $1,200 to the first prize winner, $800 to second prize, $500 third prize, And so just saying, hey, I believe in you. We believe in you. You can do this. You took this from your mind. You told somebody, and look what was able to come from that. And just trying to encourage and nurture, overcoming fear, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, I checked out your website, right? And one of the main things I've noticed that seems to be a reoccurring element when it comes to you as a coach and your business as a whole. And even going through the testimonials, a lot of people like giving kudos to you. It seems there's a very high priority when it comes to active listening.
Yes.
So I want you to kind of give us a bit of, or extrapolate on why active listening is so important from a coach perspective, and from what just in general of what you do, why active listening is so important.
Yeah, it's important because I have to listen to what you don't tell me. I have to hear the things that are not said, that are unspoken.
That's huge.
So while I hear everything that you're telling me and I listen to that, I also listen for the gaps. I listen for those who speak as if they have a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. Well, I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't know, I can't, I won't. I hear all of that, and those scream to me because I look at you like, well, why not? You got breath in your body. You in your right mind. So what's stopping you? What is stopping you other than you? So listening, is a very critical skill set to have in this space. Because one, I've also noticed that a lot of people are not given the opportunity to speak and be heard. And so to provide that space and time for people to really share what's in their heart and what's on their mind, sometimes it shocks even them. Like, I didn't even know I felt this way or I felt like this.
Yeah.
So I have to talk less so that you can hear you also.
That's crucial. It's very funny because you learn a lot of things just by being quiet and letting people talk.
Oh yeah. A whole lot comes out.
You tend to learn a lot about yourself when you're just talking and no one else is speaking. No one else is talking back to you.
Yes, this is true. There's some epiphanies that come out of that too. Like, wait, oh, okay, yeah. There's a lot of those moments.
Yeah, sometimes I have to ask, well, is that even true? And they'd be like, you know what? It's not true. That's not even, that's a lie. And it's not, it's something that they're speaking over themselves or they're speaking on about of something in the future. But I'm like, is that even something that's true? That you know to be a fact? And it's like, now that you said that, no, that's not. It could go a whole nother way. So it's these narratives that we tell ourselves daily, all throughout the day. And who is questioning you on it?
Yeah.
And if ain't nobody questioning it, then you might believe it to be truth. And if you believe it to be truth, then that's how you move. That's how you act. In your truth.
Yeah.
So if you believe that you don't deserve nice things and ain't nothing good coming your way and this ain't good and that ain't good and you ain't enough, then you're going to act and live as if that is your truth. So I get folks to write a new narrative. We're going to write a new story.
Wow.
So would you say there's like a portion of therapy that comes with your coaching services? Because I know you're not a therapist, you're a coach.
Yes.
And with coaching, you're more focused on planning and preparing for the future rather than focusing on what's been done and how to navigate through that. But at the same time, even just hearing you speak, there still seems to be a sense of therapy that comes with you.
Yes, yes. My master's is in masters. I pay for that thing, okay? Is in counseling and adult education.
Okay.
So I have the skill set of a counselor. I did not pursue those that career path because I didn't want to sit and listen to your problems all day. I don't want to keep hearing about you was molested, you can't do nothing about it. Let's say where you at right here, right now, and what is it that you want? Okay, what's over there? You're here. What's over there, and what is stopping you from getting there? Let's tackle that, and that's what I focus on. I'm not trying to diagnose you, and my undergrad is in rehabilitation services, and I minored in substance abuse. And so I did not agree with a lot of the policies and again politics that America deems or regulates when working with people who are rehabilitating. There is a system created to keep you sick.
Oh yeah.
Not to heal you. And I'm like, oh no, I didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
But I was doing well in the major. I was making A's, so I was like, I'll finish it. I graduated with honors. That's cool, you know. But let me get my master's in something where I can actually like heal. And so I love the educational setting. Higher ed was my thing, and I just stayed in that space. So, you know, full time I serve as a senior advisor, but within my business, you know, I have no limits on who I can touch. It ain't, oh, you got to work with juniors and seniors, and oh, well, not that major, not this. I can reach anybody.
Yeah.
So that's another reason Farri Solutions came about. I need to get them shackles off my feet.
Out of all your clients, on average, right? What would you say is the most reoccurring hurdle or setback that your clients are going through that's preventing them from moving to the next level?
Fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of the known. Fear of success. Fear of failure. When I get down to the root of it all, there's so many things that are surface level. Money, time, this, that. But when we get down to the root of it, it is fear. People are scared, terrified, petrified. And when we can address that as the root, and again, then attack it like, is this even true? Is this valid? Is it something that could, because fear will cripple and paralyze you and stop you dead in your tracks.
Yeah.
You won't move nowhere.
Yeah.
And so with that then comes faith as one resolution. And I was just talking to somebody about that this past week. And they were like, I ain't trying to get into God and all that. Me and God, we're on bad terms right now.
Okay.
And I said, I didn't mention God. He said, well, I ain't trying to do all that praying. You know, I didn't mention prayer. I mentioned faith. You got to believe in something. And so you can believe that you don't believe, or you can believe that you do believe, but regardless, you're believing.
Yeah.
So what do you choose to believe in?
Right.
You got a choice. And, you know, that really, you know, made him sit back and shut his mouth a little bit and think, like, I can't choose to believe I can't do this or that, or I can choose to believe I can.
Yeah. So I also noticed on your website, you spoke a lot about accountability.
Yes. Yes.
So what is some of the things that you consider as how someone can hold themselves accountable?
That's a great question.
That's a great question.
I think we have great vision that we're given and insight each and every day. New ideas like, oh, I could do this. I could do that. But then it just stays up there. We don't write it down nowhere. We don't create a plan behind it. We don't set a date of when we want to see it come to fruition. It's just like, well, maybe one of these days, or maybe when the kids get older, or maybe this, maybe that. And so, you know, some of the ways to hold yourself accountable is to write it down, first of all.
Yeah.
So that you won't forget it. Write the vision down, make it plain. Second thing you can do is you can put a date on it. When do you want to have this done by? Like, you're doing a lot of talking, but is that going to happen? People got stuff from last year, 2 years ago, a decade ago, that they said they was going to do that. It's still not done. Whether that's losing weight, cleaning out that closet, changing your eating habits. And you know you need to do these things. You want to do these things, but they're not getting done. You're not specific with what you want done and when you want it done by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as you navigate, my accountability system consisted of all of those things, but also identifying what is important to me. What do I value? I value God, a peace of mind, and my babies. Anything that falls outside of that, I don't need it. It ain't gonna be good for me because it's outside of my value system. So once you have this value system created, it helps to hold yourself accountable. You then begin to question myself. Should I go with this person? Should I have this person come in my space? Does it align with my value system? Yes, no. If no, it's easy to say no without feeling bad about it. And hold yourself accountable for the things you said you wanted in your life.
Yeah.
So.
That was good.
Have you ever denied somebody service or your service to a potential client?
I have made referrals.
You made referrals.
I like how she said that. I've made referrals. So where I need someone really, really wants to take the time to unpack some of the things in their past.
Yeah.
I've referred or encouraged them to also consider going to therapy. Because while you are moving forward, there are some things that you really need to spend some time unpacking. And so, therapy may be a better suited place for you to do that.
Is it impossible to do both? Go to therapy as well as taking your coaching service?
No, that's not impossible. I got on this journey. So I was married to my children's father. We got divorced, and this was before he got incarcerated. Well, yes, before he got incarcerated. He filed for divorce against me because it was a whole custody thing. He wanted custody, and in order for him to do that, he had to file for divorce. And I had separated myself from him prior to that, and I'm gonna get to you. I'm gonna get to that. Prior to that, because we were in danger, like our lives were literally in danger.
Wow.
And if you're riding in the car with somebody who got acid in the cup holder, your house got shot up while you was in it. You might need to move and do something different. You might need to make a very drastic step in a different direction.
Yeah.
Quickly. Real
With
fast.
2 kids?
Yeah. Or a child and another one on the way. So the day I got home from the hospital with my daughter, I left. And that's the whole story within itself. But I had to leave. And so from that, I came back home because all of this happened in Georgia. I was living in Georgia. So I came back here and started to rebuild. And getting to therapy is a journey within itself.
Yeah.
People are like, just go to therapy. Y'all don't realize it's some work going to therapy. Because when you start, first you got to find somebody who you connect with. Right? So you got to find, I know I wanted somebody Black. Somebody competent who had a faith-based and belief in God. And then, once you do that, you got to find somebody who takes your insurance. So I had a situation where, I met with a therapist. It was great. I just told you my whole life story. When can we go, when we're going to do the next session? And then it's like, oh, I don't take your insurance.
After all that.
Well, I got to tell the story all over again to somebody else. I got to go back and find somebody else, make calls, set an appointment. And then, so I did it because I was fighting to be healed. I really wanted to heal.
Yeah.
Not only for myself, but for my babies. And so I did it. And I found somebody. And it was good, but it was kind of still like homegirl. Like, girl, what happened today? And it's just like, I need you to be a little bit more, just cleaner cut with it, Now, homegirl. I could talk to my homegirls. So one of my friends, she was like, Tamette, I think you might be past therapy. I said, past therapy? You can be past therapy?
Right.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, one talks about.
Yeah. Past therapy.
You can be past therapy.
Gosh.
And so with the program that I put on, Fall Forward, one of the ladies in the program was a coach.
Oh.
And mind you, I got 2 babies, like back to back now. That's daycare, double the daycare. And, I'm on Medicaid, I got WIC, I got stamps, I'm on all of this stuff, right? So I am building from scratch. And so she offers, but I'm still serving. I'm still serving in all of this. I'm still pouring into people. As I pour into myself, I'm still pouring into others.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that my cup don't get empty. There ain't got nothing left.
You're right.
So she's like, Tamette, I'll see you for free. I'm like, oh my God. Because she's a coach and like she's changing my life. Yeah. She's starting changing my life by my mind and pulling me out of places I didn't even know I was in. And I'm like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I can't. It's not, I don't know why I can't seem to. So she's asking me all these questions and, we're meeting just about every week. And she met with me for a whole year.
Wow.
That lady met with me for a whole year. And that lady changed my life. And I was like, yo, I can do this. I do this. I do this in my full-time job. I've always done this before I got the formal education. It's always just been a part of me to help people get to where they're trying to get to. In high school, I would always be like, the guys who didn't want to graduate, why you don't want to, graduate all the game? But you can graduate, you can do it. I'm trying to pour in to save everybody,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that lady changed my life, introduced me into coach. I had no idea what coaching was. Wow. I'm like, so is it like sports? Like, what is this? I didn't know this job even existed. And I realized I didn't need therapy no more. That won't do it. We talking about the same stuff every week. When am I going to be doing something that I can see it like change, other than talking about the same old stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, okay, this coaching thing is for real. This is life changing.
There you are. They're third.
Did I answer your question?
Did you? Yes. I don't know. Maybe I got caught up in the moment.
Yeah.
But
I think so.
But I think you did. I think you also answered my question. As far as, is it impossible to do both coaching and therapy?
Nah.
Coaching and attending therapy.
If you need it, do it. Do whatever you need to do to heal. By any means necessary. People say they want to be healed, but ain't nobody putting their money where their mouth is.
Mm-hmm.
You can get people together to buy weed, alcohol, food. Who got something on this pizza? I got the Rello. You got this, you got that. Who got this? But when it comes to therapy and healing, I ain't got the money. I ain't got no... Do you want to be healed or not?
Yeah.
Now, I didn't stay on Medicaid and all those things, but I had to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You didn't take my insurance, let me go to somebody who does.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got stuff situated. I was able to build, but it's just like, you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Sooner versus later. Otherwise, you stay on this cycle and you sit here like, why am I on this cycle? But what are you doing different?
Perfect. Insanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that fear? It all trickles back down to fear.
The fear of success. So even on this journey, I had to question, like, who am I healed? Who is that person that is completely healed?
Which going to lead to my next question.
What you got?
How do you cope or handle trying to heal somebody who do not want to be saved?
All right. So when it's revealed to me that this person really doesn't want what they say that they want, that's when I realized I have to dig deeper. Because they've lied so much and for so long to themselves that what they think they want, they don't really want. So then, again, what you're not telling me, well, what is it that you do want? So that you can be committed to that. You're going to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or bad. But sometimes we allow what other people want or have told us to lead us into us believing like, this is what I want too. And really, that's not what you want. Oh, I want a house. And really, you might be fine with just an apartment or a townhome. Like, you don't really want that house that you think you want, you know? So it's one of those things where when that is revealed to me, I ask them questions. And I ask them questions about what is important to them, what it is that they do want. So then we can see and have it revealed that everything you've been saying that you wanted this long, you ain't really wanted. But this is what you do really want now, because it just came out your mouth. With what you value, with what's important to you. And with that, this is, you know, the fruition of what that looks like. So now, what steps do you want to take to get there? What actions are you willing to do? And that's how we can redirect that mindset of falsehood, I would say, for lack of better words.
Okay.
Falsehood.
Falsehood is a good word. I like that. So many people with those falsehoods, definitely. Gosh, it's crazy. So, with all of this, you've got so many things that's going on, and I know that people out there want to know more about you, of course, and you know, want to be able to come to something. So, do you have any events that you have coming up?
Yes, girl, I'm so glad you asked. Let me tell you. So, you know, with this journey, as being an entrepreneur with a business that's 5 years or less, I've been able to gain this knowledge and have access to, I feel like a lot that puts me a little bit, like I'm with people who've been in business 10 years plus, you know what I'm saying? 20 years plus. But it's like, how did I get to mingle with y'all? And my business, you know, is less than 5 years. So I've been able to learn a lot. I've been able to meet quite a few people. And with that, I'm like, yo, let me put y'all on. This is life-changing.
Yeah.
One of those things, and to answer your question, is a workshop I have coming up called Credit Secrets to Fund Your Business.
Okay. Nice.
So studies show, you know, a lot of times African Americans are not in business long, or they don't start. Why? Because of money. And so I would say beyond money is also maybe a lack of education about how to just navigate money and our relationship with money.
Yeah.
It's like it can come in, I put it in checkings and savings, maybe. I spend it for sure. And then it comes back the next paycheck. And that's pretty much, and some of us are told pay your bills. Some of us are not. Some of us are told pay your bills on time. Some of us are not. Some of us are told that and we don't do it. Right? So I'm trying to expose our people to knowledge about how to navigate this system that's in place so that you can have access. You can have that business. And you don't have to spend your own money.
Yeah.
White folks been doing it for years.
This is true.
Talk about it.
This is
So come and get the knowledge so you can learn how to do it. Well, I ain't there yet, and I ain't got this and that. Yeah, I still need to fix this and that. But when you got the knowledge, can't nobody take that away from you. So then once you got the knowledge, you can at least create a plan to get there.
I don't know what it is about that one statement. I'm not there yet. I don't have that yet. It's almost like you gotta work your way up to get to the tools to be prepared to do the action you actually want. You actually need to do.
Yeah.
Instead of just doing it all in tandem or do it all in conjunction. I don't know. I hear it a lot. So when you said that, I was like, oh, that was kind of triggering. And that was annoying.
It's interesting what people are willing to pay for and what they're not willing to pay for.
Yeah.
If I tell you, you say you want to start your business, you say you want a quality product, you want to, provide quality products, but you're missing this particular piece of equipment, or you need access to this particular ingredient, but you don't have the money. And that's why you can't, continue with your business and that's why the business just ain't started, because you don't have that thing. And I'm telling you, hey, I got this workshop. It's going to teach you the stuff that they don't want you to know. The stuff that they don't tell you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be able to learn this. All you got to do is pay less than $100. And you'll be able to have this knowledge. And you'll have access to over $20,000. I mean, over 5 figures, over, even 20,000, let's say. Just throwing a number out there. You can have access to that much money. You pay a seat of $100, you can have access to $20,000.
Wow.
People won't do it. And I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, what is the hesitation about? You say you want it, right? So, with all that said, I am doing a workshop on credit secrets to fund your business so that you can learn the ins and outs. And guess what? This is virtual. It don't matter where you at. You be in Africa, Germany, New Zealand. You got internet. You can get the knowledge. Okay? We're doing a 2-part series.
Okay.
In the first part, we realized that we're going to have to take some time, and this is in collaboration with the Exceptional Society.
I was going to ask you, collab with anybody?
Yes, yes. Because he put me on. I followed what he said. I got the money.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
He told me step by step. So it's just like, depending on the name of your company, you can have access to this. Depending on how you classify yourself, you can have access to this amount.
Okay.
But if you don't know these codes and know this stuff, you just telling them, they say you got to pay this in order to get that. He's like, you don't have to pay that. You tell them this, right? It's the secrets. And it's right here at your access. So that'll be on September 27th. Oh, I was going to say, it's going to be a part 1, part 2. Part 1, September 26th. September 26th, 6:30. We realized that we're going to have to spend some time addressing the mindset.
Absolutely.
For you to wrap your mind around that you can have we get you to believe that you can have access to this amount of money?
Yeah.
Because ain't no way you want it. We're telling you how to get it, and we laid it out, and you still don't believe you can get it. Why not you?
Yeah.
So that's not what the whole part 1 is going to be about, but a portion will be able to get us all to decrease our anxiety around money and our relationship with money. And then, like I said, there's a part 2, which will be in October 6th, if I'm not mistaken. They're on Thursdays at 6:30. So after you got off the full time, if you at the full time, you could be cooking dinner in the bonnet. It don't matter. We need you to show up. Because when you know this, then you can teach others, right? The knowledge at that point, you can do what you want with it.
Yeah.
So I'm just really big on trying to educate our folks, give them tools and resources so that you can be free. People complain about these jobs that they're on. I had a student one time, a physics major, physics graduate, working for UPS.
Wow.
You're a physicist and you slinging boxes. Now, there's nothing against that, but there's so much more to you than that. Tap into it. What's stopping you? Well, he had a child, money. Again, our mindset, our relationship with money. I got it. Survival mode. Come out of survival mode. Step on this other side and see what it's like to thrive. It is waiting on you. So, there's credit secrets to fund your business. And then annually, I do R.O.O.T.S. Realizing our opportunities together. And that's my real Harriet Tubman space. Like, y'all, we have to come together and make some stuff shake. We need some Wakanda action happening.
Yeah.
Because along that we're working separately in our own silos with no concern for each other of how we can bring value to each other. How can we help each other get to the next step and build? We're going to be working ourselves to death, literally. Or, eating ourselves to death.
Mm-hmm.
But within that space, realizing our opportunities together. And I mention that because I try to tackle it in a holistic way. Self-care. You got to take care of yourself. If you're trying to be of value to others, you got to have your mind intact. You got to have your health intact. You got to have your sleeping intact. All of these things need to be intact.
Yeah.
So the last time we did, we had massage therapists come out.
Nice.
Free massages. Relax. There's a book I'm reading, and it's about the power of rest.
Mm-hmm.
And the author has this movement called the Nap Ministry.
Okay.
And she's like, sit down and go to sleep somewhere. Like, rest. Our people don't work. Like, we need to rest because there's power in rest. You can be your most creative self when you are rested.
Yeah.
Right? You can have all these, anyways. I'm not going to delve into that. But R.O.O.T.S. Realizing Opportunities, usually in February. We had it in June, around Juneteenth this year. But it was a celebration. It was a celebration of entrepreneurs, the creatives.
It's a yearly event?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so last year was our 3rd year hosting it.
Nice.
And that was in collaboration with QMF Agency. And we just worked together to make it happen. And again, it's to celebrate entrepreneurs, bring us together, help us to tap into resources, rest, and just, let's connect. Let's connect.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
So, yeah, those are some programs I'm really excited about. And so let me tell you what's coming up with something new.
What's coming up?
Yes.
And that is Farri Solutions is my baby.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I like making babies. Right? Making babies is fun.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a new baby. And that baby is Farri Solutions will be the umbrella, but that's gonna be focused first. Coaching.
Okay.
So that it's a little bit more defined. Farri can remain the umbrella, but focus first coaching services. In order for you to start, you gotta first focus. And so I'm excited. This is the first time of me presenting that. That idea actually came to me this week.
Okay.
Nice.
Like 2 days ago.
Wow.
And so I'm excited to share that here. But that's something so it can be clear, like, this might be for you. If this is the struggle, this might be for you. So, yeah.
I like that. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations on that.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. I'll be holding a shower. You can bring gifts.
Oh, man.
You want to
That's a week. Week. That's a week. That's a week.
Well, on that note,
Oh,
I have one more question for you. And, I could have 20 questions, but I'll leave you alone for tonight.
Okay.
What was and what now is your biggest motivator with Farri?
what was like for myself, for me to believe in me that I can do this. What was for my babies.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make something. This gonna be something for them, you know. What was survival mode. I need to get more money. I'm in this by myself. I gotta make it happen. What is I am aligned with God's purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is.
Wow. You kind of basically answered my next question was, how do you incorporate coaching into your own life?
Okay. Let me tell you. Oh, yes. Whatever I do on my clients, I do on me.
Yeah.
So,
I respect that. I respect that.
At the beginning of the quarter, I look at the year in quarters.
Mm-hmm.
We are at the end of quarter 3. We are coming into quarter 4.
Mm-hmm.
I do that because I can see over the course of 6 months plus 9 months, what have I accomplished?
Mm-hmm.
Did I do the things I say I wanted to do? Or was I the same?
Yeah.
And so, I do, with my clients, I do a wellness assessment. And so we look at different categories of your life and we rank them.
Okay.
Spirituality, nutrition, exercise, you know, your environment, relationship. We look at all these different categories and we rank them. So at the beginning of every quarter, I do that. I do a reset. Where am I at on a scale of 1 to 10 in these areas? What is the highest? What is the lowest?
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to focus on in this quarter? And what are the specific goals that I want to have behind that? And so, yes, those are the things that I do. I have accountability partners.
Mm-hmm.
And I write it down. And so those numbers, because the numbers don't lie. And so, you know, when the next quarter comes, I go back and look and I see what has grown, what has decreased, and why.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so within this quarter, it led me to invest in a gym membership. Not just the gym membership, but the actual like training classes, like the little workout classes, you know.
Oh, nice.
It led me to focus on having discipline and time management. So I just found out I have Team Joy, but I have a do not disturb on my phone. So now I set that, you know, at 9.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have a bedtime now. Who knew?
Wow.
I'm good and grown. Why I need a bedtime?
Yeah.
But I'm getting my kids to school late every morning.
Yeah.
Sometimes the coach need coaching. Sometimes therapists need therapy.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, do I want to continue this or do I want to do something different?
Mm-hmm.
And if I am, what actions am I going to take?
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things like, let me take action. So a bedtime, discipline, you know, if I want to lose this weight, but I'm not doing anything, where's the weight? How am I going to lose it? So fasting, you know, incorporating that more. So, you know, yes, when I talk about finances, am I speaking to a financial advisor? I want my finances in order.
Yeah.
Am I going to talk to the expert?
Yeah.
Yes. Making appointments, getting retirement stuff in order, yes. So I can say this quarter, I have been able to check off the things that I said I wanted to do. But I established a value system.
Mm-hmm.
I did an assessment of where I currently am and where I'm trying to get to. And I focused first so I can start somewhere.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Now, before we wrap up, I do have one more question.
Give it to me.
Do you have a vision board?
Oh! So, on my healing journey, when I moved from Georgia to North Carolina, listen, you ain't had to Ask me about coming to church, going to sisters class, Bible study. I was at everything. I was at all the vision board parties. Yes. Mm-hmm. So there was a time where I still have them. But now I'm not in this space. I would do one just because I like being creative in like the arts and crafts. Mm-hmm. But it's not like, yo, I need to see this laid out in this way.
Okay.
So I have a collection of vision boards, but I felt like I needed this. Mm-hmm. You know, I needed to see this. And now I see my vision just in a different format.
Gotcha.
And so I did not do a vision board this year, but I did attend a vision board party and I spoke.
Nice. Nice.
So it's like, I think the sooner that the journey is embraced, the vision can that much more come to life, to the point like you won't need the board, like you know the vision, like you can see the vision every day, all throughout the day of what you're trying to accomplish. And like it's no longer this vision, it's like I'm making it happen. I'm going to do the steps to make it happen, but you gotta embrace the journey.
Yeah.
And that's like the patience that's required. The humble, shut your mouth and don't be popping off at the mouth.
Yeah.
I stayed with my parents for 5 years. And with 2 kids, after you stay by yourself and then been married and all that, and you come back to your parents' house, divorced, ready to get stuff popping again, but you at your parents' house and they like, these 2 kids, don't be bringing nobody to my house when the sun go down. Huh? When the sun go down? I'm grown. What do you mean? I don't understand. You gotta shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Embrace the journey.
Yeah.
Take in the spiritual transformation that's happening and that what's the characteristics in you that are changing for the better. And just take steps to bring in that vision to life. So in my room, in my parents' house, I wrote on my mirror, and I have healed and whole, homeowner. These are things that I wrote, and there were some other things when I didn't feel that way, when I didn't have those things. I was buying brooms and oven mitts for a house I didn't have. And I was just stored in the closet, buying for it, stored in the closet. I don't have it. It ain't looking dope. I got these 2 kids. I'm paying daycare. You know, like it ain't looking like I'm gonna have any of this stuff anytime soon. But the way the Lord worked things out, and again, once I was like, all right, I'm gonna embrace my journey. I started gardening. You know, I started a little garden here. I just kind of got nestled in it, but I was still focused on moving forward. Simultaneously, these things can happen at the same time.
Yeah.
Where there's this acceptance, but there's also this discomfort that doesn't allow you to stay still. And so, you know, going back to vision, I got vision. You know, I keep it now and I just put it in different ways. But I had to embrace a journey in order to see that vision come to fruition. If that answers your question.
It does. Definitely answers my question. Thank you. So, any other questions you have?
Nah, I'm good.
Really? Okay.
Like I said, I'll leave y'all alone. All
right. So, if people out there, they want to be able to contact you, if they want to be able to go to your website, if they want to go to your social media pages, how do they contact Tamette?
Time to plug.
Yes.
That's
All
the
right.
Fun part.
It's plug time.
Instagram. See, it's getting close to that bedtime. Instagram. T.Farri_Solutions. T.Farri_Solutions. That's my Instagram. My website, safarisolutions.com. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Alignable. I'm on, what's some other ones?
I can't think of any other ones.
I don't know. But my email is tafari.solutions@gmail.com. Come holla at me. I'm in these streets trying to be a shepherd of the extraordinary, trying to save my people, bring them closer, transform their mind to transform their life. Focus first so they can start. Come holla at me. And if you watching this, you know what? First one's on the house. First one's on me. That's how much I care about you.
That's what's up.
Whew.
Yeah, that's what's up.
I'll make the time.
That's a promo if I ever heard one for a fact.
Yeah, y'all better jump on that
It ain't gonna hurt
real
you.
quick.
It can't hurt.
Yeah. But Tamette, we want to thank you. We want to
Yes,
thank
please.
you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for sitting down with us.
Yes.
Thanks for
We
having
definitely
me.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man.
It has been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Maybe there'll be a part 2 if y'all want it. Maybe. We'll
Let
see.
us know.
We'll see.
You agree or disagree? Let's go.
Tell us in the comments. Tell us in the comments. We want to know.
All right, y'all. Well, this has been Visually Speaking with Kyle Martin.
And it's your girl, Shauna Fitzgerald.
And
Farri Solutions.
we're out of here.
Peace.